Good morning and welcome to the Kabbalah Morning Cafe. Today's parasha, it's really two parashiot together that are completing and for us and ending the book of Numbers. Parashat Matot, about the tribes, counting here the tribes, deciding about certain tribes to receive their part in their territory. Outside of, on the east side of the Jordan, 2.5 tribes, and then some more ideas in Matot, and then we have Parashat Masae, about the places where they traveled in the desert, and here it counts the 42 places that the people of Israel traveled in the desert. The question is, what can this week, from this week parasha, what we can connect with? Which type of energy we can channel and we can receive? And we know that obviously that each parasha, each week is associated with the energy of that time. And we are in time that is a very powerful time both ways, because it's a very judgmental time. A time between Yud Zayin B'Tammuz till 9th of Av, between the 17th of Tammuz till the 9th of Av, 3 weeks of judgment. So we know that Rabbi Isaac Luria gave to us special meditations for this time to temper the judgment. And we know that we need to be aware and to be more careful these days not to do actions that can endanger us. And it's amazing that here in these two parashiyot it speaks about the masae, the traveling of the people of Israel in the desert, that in this week parasha there are thousands of people walking in Israel from the north part of Israel to Jerusalem because of the story of the captured in captivity, the soldier Gilad Shalit, that his family and all the group that with them arranged a whole journey. The thousands of people are participating from the north part near Lebanon all the way through the shore, getting to Tel Aviv today, and this coming week going up to Jerusalem. And this week that speaks about the traveling of the people of Israel, and thousands of people are traveling, literally walking in Israel. Sometimes it's interrupting major traffic highways. The people for hours are getting stuck on the highways, and this time most of the people are just accepting it most of the time because they understand what the purpose is about. So even though that sometimes it's hours being stuck on traffic, the people just join with them with the cars in that process. And the parashat Matot, have altogether 112 verses. And the sages gave this parashat Matot, the code name of Yud Bet Kuf, like the passage of Yabok, that Jacob went through the river, across the river. They called it Mavar Yabok, the passage of Yabok. And we know that it's a code name in Kabbalah, the number 112. It's the combination of two names of God. The name that represent the energy of centrality, of balance, of we can say more mercy, the energy of the balance, and the name of Elokim, this is Yud Kevavke, that represent more the tree of life, and the name of judgment, which is Elohim. So we have two names, Yud Kevavke, that are tetragrammaton, that equal 26, and the name of judgment, which is Elohim, numerically 86. 86 and 26 sums up to 112. And what it means? It means that there is the possibility of sweetening judgment, that the name of mercy is sweetening the judgment of the name of Elohim. Why it's so important in this period of time? Because it says that this period of time, the 3 weeks of judgment, are receiving their energy of judgment from two names of God that represent judgment. One of them is Elohim. So therefore, with this channel of this parasha with the amount of the verses, there is a channel over here to sweet judgment in this time. The following parasha matot, that this time they are connected, that parasha have more verses. Let's see exactly how many. It says over here at the end of the parasha, it says 132. And what is the sign that the sages gave to it? The code name, the names that are equal numerically to 132. In Hebrew it's named machala chola, which means sick sickness. If literally I'll translate it, it's sick sickness, machala chola. And again, what's the connection to our time? We know that we are in the month of Cancer, and the sign of Cancer, it's a beautiful sign, but to separate, there is a horrible sickness that is named cancer. So therefore, when we are speaking about the 132 verses of Parashat Masae, then according to Kabbalah, we understand that not by coincidence that the sages are telling us that this is like a sick sickness. It means that there is an internal channel to remove sickness from our life, because this is what judgment is about. Sickness is judgment. So therefore there is a special energy to remove sickness from our life, and especially obviously that it is associated with the 42 places that they traveled in the desert, because we know that this is also associated with a very important name of Kabbalah that we are going to speak a little bit about it. So let's start from the beginning, step by step. First, speaks about vows at the beginning of the parasha, that people should not take upon themselves vows from any type of vows. So he's saying the different types of vows. It's explaining here over here in the parasha. Anyone that wants should read the translation in English in the Bible. But it says over here that it's better not to do so. What's the danger in making vows? That we know that our mouth have a very powerful energy to manifest. It's manifesting energy. It can determine things. By saying something, we determine and we set up things. It says over here that if someone is making vows and not fulfill their vows, then God forbid it can attract energy of judgment that can cause that the children of the person would pass away to that severe judgment. This is why one of the commentators over here, named Bala Turim, that is explaining a lot according to numerology and according to Kabbalah, his commentary to the Torah, says over here that if we would take vows by itself, nedarim, and we would look, it will come and would put some to murder. And is making a vow and not fulfill it, consider it his own children, the young children, can die. Therefore, a person should, with excuse me. Two, three, because of the yeah. So it says because of vows, children are dying. So we know that in this world there is cause and effect. And if a person is making a vow, it means it draws energy. And if that energy that the person drew is not manifested properly, then that energy can harm in different ways. And the commentators here are telling us that the way that this extra energy can harm, it can be by, God forbid, that the children can get hurt. God forbid. So therefore, it's better not to make vows. Better not to say, I promise I'll do that, because the nature of people that we might forget, and then we made a vow, we forgot it, and then we draw judgment into our life. So it's better not to do so. Then, it's speaking here about each one should get each tribe should get their place in the land of Israel, but 2.5 tribes want to find their place on the other side of the Jordan. They saw that the country is nice, the tribe of Reuven, Menashe, Gad. They found that this is nice. They wanted to stay over there. They needed to promise that they will go together with their brothers to the war to remove all the other nations from Israel, because God destined the land of Israel to the 12 tribes. And therefore they need to be one unified soul with their brothers to come and to help them in getting the land of Israel. And they accepted, and they did so. And with this ending the parasha. So two major things that I'm saying here about this parasha. One, some of the verses help us to bring light that can sweeten judgment in this time. The other one is to take a lesson and to try to control our words, because we might get what we are asking for. It's the power of the mouth. And many times after that we are saying things, we are regretting it, and sometimes it's too late. Because the major thing is in that day that the person is promising that promise. If he did not remove it that day, it's harder to remove it later on. This is why before Rosh Hashanah we have Atarat Nedarim. We have the process of removing the vows and solving the vows that were not solved till now. Solving the vows that were not solved till now. So this is very important. And if someone did not do it before Rosh Hashanah, it's very important to do it and to decide not to make any vows anymore. About masae, it speaks here about the 42 places that they went in the desert, but after that it speaks about the fact that each tribe is receiving their place. And now the Levites need to receive their cities, and among that, 3 cities that the Levites were responsible for were 3 cities that were refuge cities. What are the refuge cities? If someone kills another person by mistake, then he should run to one of those cities, and he should stay in that city till the high priest will pass away. This is how long he should stay in that city. If he was lucky and it was the time that the high priest should pass away within a year, then he stayed in that city a year. And if that high priest lived long life, 50 years, he should stay in that city 50 years. And if he would go out of that city, then the relatives of the person that was killed by mistake can kill him as a revenge, like balancing the account. What's the situation is about? This is obviously associated with reincarnation. It's not the regular way that we see it. And if someone is killing by mistake, then it's indication that in another lifetime he killed with intention to kill, and he was not caught, and he did not pay the consequence, the result. He did not make the correction to what that he was doing or what she was doing. And therefore now from above they will cause them to kill someone by mistake. And then now it's known, it's shown, everyone knows, and the person needs to run and to pay the consequence of their action in the refuge city. We don't have that physical cities today, and we don't have that process today, but the refuge cities are places that are capable to receive bad energy, negative energy, evil eye energy, or any other negative energy, and can handle it and can annihilate that energy, can diffuse, can remove that energy in a way that it won't disturb anymore. It's like, when we have the nuclear waste. Today the world doesn't know what to do with nuclear waste, because there is no way to get rid of it. So they dump it somewhere in the north, very deep in the ground, but really you cannot remove it. What to do with evil energy, with negative energy that was created in this world, that exists in these places, that sometimes surrounds us? What can we do with that energy? So we know by Kabbalah that in this week parasha, when we come to that section of that reading, we would like to meditate all together to send that evil energy that exists in the world, that bad energy that exists in our environment and in the world, to the refuge cities. Because when person would kill someone, and we know day in and day out people are being killed all over the world. When a person is being killed in a city, there is negative energy in that city that was created. There is like a hole in the spiritual shield of that city now. There is negativity over there. Now, if we are speaking about murder in another city or other evil things that are happening in a city, this creates evil, bad fields of energy. Now, what to do with these fields of energy? At the time, there are techniques how to remove it. Today, we don't have those techniques, so therefore, we are left with our power of mind and our meditation and our intention. And with the knowledge that we know that when we come to the reading with the refuge cities, this is time in which we should meditate to clean our city from those frequencies, to clean our neighborhood from those frequencies, and to send it and to dump it into the refuge cities. It doesn't matter wherever you live in the world, from wherever you are, by meditating to do so in Shabbat with the reading of the Torah, you are cleaning somehow and to a certain degree the evil energy from your territory, from your area, from your neighborhood, from your city, and you send it to the refuge city, and then it means that the place would be a little bit more protected from evil energy to penetrate into that place, because the more that there is evil energy in a certain place, the more that more evil can penetrate to that place. It's like similarities attracts one another. So if there is a lot of negative energy, more would it be attracted to that place. So therefore, if we know locations in our country, wherever you live, that you know that they are subjected to negative energy and many negative events are taking place there, then in this coming Shabbat it's a good time to meditate to clean those areas from negative energy. And definitely that it can assist to us to meditate with the Ana Bekoach. And what is the Ana Bekoach? We know that there is a short prayer that was written by a Kabbalist more than 2,000 years ago. The Kabbalist named Rabbi Nechunia ben Akana, and the prayer that he wrote is the prayer that is based on 42 letters that with them the world was created. And the first two words in that prayer are Ana Bekoach, and therefore the prayer starts that way. In the Siddur, this prayer appears at the beginning of the morning prayer, the Shachrit prayer, at the beginning of the prayer, wherever there is the Korbanot, wherever it speaks about the sacrifices, somewhere in the middle of that section, there are 7 lines that are the prayer, that is the prayer of the Ana Bekoach. The first line of the Ana Bekoach, and before continuing, why I'm talking about this right now, because here in Parashat Masae it speaks about 42 places where they traveled in the desert. There's a code name for the name of 42 that exists in Kabbalah. The first verse is the following words: Ana Bekoach, Gdulat Yeminecha, Tatir Tzurua. The initials of these 6 words are Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Taf, Tzadi. I'm repeating. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Taf, Tzadi. Now, what this verse is about? The Kabbalists are telling us in the Zohar, the Book of Splendor is telling us that this name is a channel for a special light to this world. To explain it in an easier way, it's like a doorway from one dimension, our dimension, to a different dimension. But that doorway have a code that you need to know the code to unlock the lock of that door and to open that door wide enough that we can go or we can transfer things from one side to another side. And again, this verse is a doorway to a different dimension. What is that dimension? That dimension is hinted by the numerical value of these letters. The Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Taf, Tzadi sums to 506 numerically. And it equals to the 2 words in Hebrew which are Ahavat Chinam, which means unconditional love. Again, the code name of the first verse of that prayer, the Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Taf, Tzadi, equal to unconditional love. So the field of energy that we speak about, that other dimension, is a dimension of energy that is named unconditional love. There is on a different dimension, all over around, exists everywhere, a dimension of force of the light of God, that this force quality, or what we can understand, or what we can comprehend and receive from that, is that light is light with unconditional love. Which means in that field of energy, that light, which is from the light of God, doesn't have a difference. If we would love one person more than another person, doesn't make a difference. Which means that light love each one of us exactly equally. Why? Because it's unconditional love. Because that love is not because of condition, according to your state, if you are a righteous person or a wicked person, if you are good or bad, if you are sharing or not sharing. Just for the sake of that you are a soul that was created into this world, and each one of us is a soul that was created in this world, and it doesn't matter what our actions are. Meantime, eventually all of us are going to be righteous people. Eventually all of us are going to be with the frequency of the light. Eventually all of us are going to reach that behavior of unconditional love. Yes, today we are far away from that, but eventually all are going to be there. So therefore that light that is above time, space and motion love us according to our complete state that our soul is going to receive at the end of the process of the correction of this world. So therefore that light is a field of energy of unconditional love. Exists everywhere, all the time. At your home, at my home, in this table, in the air, everywhere. In Africa, in the most horrible places where chaos is taking place. Wherever it is, that unconditional love exists. But in this world, we need to know the laws and the formula how to access that unconditional love if we want to create an opening for that unconditional love to enter to this world and to start to affect us gradually and to help us gradually. And if we wish to be charged with that energy, that it would be easier for us in that process of correction in this world, that it would be easier for us to do the transformation, to come to the point of unconditional love. Because our nature is conditional. Our nature is selfish from birth. To overcome that, it's a lot of work that a person needs to invest to get there. So therefore, we need that assistance of that force of light. So what the Kabbalists are telling us, that the first verse, the letters Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Tav, Tzadi, are the code way to open that opening between this dimension to the dimension of light, which is unconditional love. Now, when we do open that doorway or that passage to the unconditional love, we can ask that unconditional love to come. We can imagine and ask this light to come into our life and to love us unconditionally. What it means, when the light loves unconditionally, then it means that it removes any type of obstacles, any type of problems from the life of the person. So therefore it's a good time to meditate with that light to remove any type of obstacles from the process of life that we have. Any type of obstacles in any field of life that we need that energy to assist us. It can be health, it can be a relationship, it can be sustenance, it can be anything else that we wish to direct that energy. It could be all of them together. Also, it can help us to remove that material consciousness of the environment, of that selfish consciousness within the environment. So therefore, this week especially, and this coming Shabbat especially, there is this extra energy with this meditation of the Ana Bekoach. And I'm just reminding the first verse and just a very small part of the first verse, one intention within the first verse, but very important. Because we need to understand that when, God forbid, there is sickness or when there are problems, it's because of material consciousness that we were associated with, or negative energy that penetrates into our field of energy because of our own jealousy or jealousy of other people, our own evil eye by mistake or other people's evil eye or whatsoever, wrong behavior, wrong sayings, if we promised something and we didn't fulfill. Now we are creating, by all of these things, we create obstacles, energy obstacles in our field of energy. with the light that we can meditate with the first verse of Ana Bekoach, we meditate and we visualize to bring light and to clean our aura and to clean our life from those obstacles. And we wish to remove them. We want to remove them at the seed level. We want to remove the cause of why they came about. And we want to open our consciousness to understand what we've done wrong that invited those obstacles into our life. Because if we would understand it, and then we will have the chance not to repeat it again. When we repeat mistakes again and again and again, because we didn't get the message yet. So therefore the obstacles will come again and again and again, till we will get the message, what we are doing wrong, and we'll stop doing it. Because the light wants to guide us by correcting the way that we do things, the way that we think, speak, and do. So therefore, if we didn't get the message, the class will come again, the lesson will come again. You didn't get it? Okay, repeat the lesson. You didn't get it? Repeat the lesson. This is what we are doing day in and day out. The lessons are repeating again and again and again. It's tiring. So it's opportunity for us now to get some energy with this meditation to assist us in the process. And this is the unconditional love of the light. Because we are not yet there, but there is a field of energy of unconditional love. And this is what the first verse of Ana Bekoach is connecting us with. And this is what we are going to meditate shortly now. So, with this Parashat Masae, that we read as well this Shabbat, the intention is to tap into the channels of the Ana Bekoach, and with all the meditations of what Ana Bekoach can present, and especially to remove obstacles from our life. And then also by removing those evil or those bad fields of energy with channeling unconditional love through the first verse of the Ana Bekoach, we want to remove that negative energy away and to dump it into the refuge cities. And this is especially this coming Shabbat, with the reading of the Torah, that we can do it. So we have it combined together, the power of the first verse of the Ana Bekoach, that constantly and every day we can meditate to clean our field of energy from negative energy, but it's stronger that we can send that negative energy in a stronger way to those refuge cities. The entire year we can meditate with this, but the unique energy is associated when this parasha that speaks about the refuge cities is being read on Shabbat, as this coming Shabbat. As well, that because we are completing the book of Numbers, all the consciousness and all the energy of all the portions of the book of Numbers are existing over here, with this parasha are being revealed, and as well the energy of health and healing is very powerful this coming Shabbat as well. And it's not by coincidence that because that in this period of time, these 3 weeks, and in the month of Cancer, that energy is needed very much. So we have that available as well, if we have our intention to connect with it. With all that we spoke now, let's go to the meditation. The meditation of the first verse of the Ana Bekoach. What that I would recommend, that please, if you have your cell phone on, please turn it off, and prepare yourself for the meditation. And as I'm starting the music over here, we are starting by sitting comfortably, without crossing legs and hands. We are starting by sitting comfortably, closing our eyes, and breathing deeper than usual. With every exhale, we relax and we release the tension of the last few days. Relaxing the muscles of the face and the back of the neck. With every exhale, we release the tension. With every inhale, we bring oxygen into the organs and the muscles. shoulders and hands, chest and belly and all the inner organs. Legs, the back, and all the muscles and the organs of the body are relaxing. In our mind, we are traveling, we are visualizing a place of positive energy location that we can tap and associate with. We are connecting with the energy of the positive place. It can be a holy place in Israel, one of many. And we are one unified soul among us. That each one of us is opening his heart and wishing well to everyone around, to all our family members, to all our friends, and to everyone that is connected right now with the meditation. If we don't know the Hebrew letters, we can connect to the sound that I'm saying, to the frequency. And being one unified soul, we are all tapping into it. In our mind, we are visualizing the letter Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Taf, Tzadi. I'm repeating. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Taf, Tzadi. We have in mind that these letters equal to the words unconditional love, and we are asking the upper light of God through this doorway that we are meditating with these letters, that from the field of unconditional love there will be a doorway that opens to us, and we wish this light to come to us. And we are visualizing upper light comes through the letters to us. Upper light is flowing through Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Taf, Tzadi, and coming to us. And this light is surrounding us gradually from all our sides. This light is a very powerful light to remove obstacles and negative energy, and this light is cleaning all our aura, all our field of energy is being cleaned by the light that comes through these letters. We are cleaning from our field of energy and from our movie of life unnecessary obstacles that come from the side of the evil side, just to delay us from doing our work and our spiritual growth. We wish to remove those obstacles. Sometimes the obstacles are there because they are from the light to teach us to go through a process, but sometimes it's from the other side because of the evil energy that exists around. This energy we wish to clean away. And this light that comes through the Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Taf, Tzadi cleans this energy away. we wish to upgrade our consciousness to a consciousness of unconditional love. So therefore we wish to, and we are imagining this light flowing into us, and especially to our heart. And we wish to balance our heart energy and our heart chakra, to balance it, to open it to unconditional love. If for a certain reason our heart is closed to unconditional love, we wish that the light of unconditional love of God will assist us to open our heart to true love from us to others. As well from us to ourselves. The energy of true love, of unconditional love, whether we love ourselves unconditionally or other people unconditionally, it has healing properties. So therefore we wish to strengthen this frequency within our heart, the frequency of unconditional love, to learn to accept ourselves unconditionally and to love the close ones to us, at least to start with that, to love them unconditionally, and then to widen the circle of people that we love unconditionally, with no expectation, just energy of pure love. Together we are asking the assistance of the light through that first verse of Dana Bekoach. And we are all one unified soul between us, and together we are praying and we are asking that the energy of unconditional love will be stronger on planet Earth, and evil will be removed away. We wish unconditional love wherever there are conflicts, if this is within individual families, if this is among nations, among tribes, wherever they are in the world. We are praying and wishing unconditional love wherever it's needed in this world, especially in locations where conflicts are severe conflicts. In our mind, we are visualizing people that we think that somehow they are stuck in their life, that something is disturbing them, and we are sending light through the letters Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Yud, Tav, Tzadi, and we are asking the light to assist them, to remove the obstacles. Their growth would be in a merciful way, as we wish for ourselves. So therefore we are visualizing people that we think that they need that support, and we see how the light surrounds them from all their directions and clean their field of energy from heaviness, from bad energy, helping them to remove the obstacles that come from the evil side. Because there are obstacles of the pure side. It's the process of growth that the person needs to go through. This we don't want to remove. We remove just obstacles that come from the bad side, that it really delays and envy and evil eye. We remove that away. So we visualize the different individuals that we want to send them light and to assist them in the process. As being one unified soul, we all support one another in this meditation. Again, we are one unified soul, and we are visualizing ourselves in the place where we started from, that place of positive energy, holy energy. And we are thanking the light, and we come back to our room. In our mind, we are traveling back to our room, listening to the voices around us, feeling our hands and legs, breathing deeper, and we are opening our eyes. Breathing deeper, we are back to the room and we are opening our eyes. I'm thanking you very much for being with us. Wish you a good week, a good day, and see you next week, same time. Please inform your friends about our program, and hopefully that this week we will have a new button on our website that will indicate the archive to the lectures that we gave before, that you'll be able to access it if you cannot watch it live. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.